Okay, so what's next? Well, obviously we got that move here. Got that move up that we were looking for. Very nice. Got the bounce back out of that region that we were talking about. Another move up into that region, and then he broke. Okay, so what are we looking for? Okay, well, I just want to point this out first. Okay, you've got this high here. That I think is probably the more significant region today. I think since you formed this 15-minute area of supply, had a retest, and then you had a secondary retest. Okay, that was also, I've just moved that, but if you go to yeah, look at that. Midnight UTC is also perfect confluence with that level. Boom! What a move. Right, let's get that back to where it needs to be. There it is. Okay, so now you can see we're just playing around Midnight UTC. Still playing around on that 50% market macro. It looks like we might be coming down again. You can see that obviously that is a significant high. Why is it a significant high? Because it broke internal structure. It broke this low here. You can see it's closed below there. And what's happened now? So you can see on the 4 hour, I'll go there. We've taken out this low here, this liquidity. We've ran into this gap that we were talking about in previous videos. Okay, and it's a little tricky to see. Try to do that. Yeah, so there's the liquidity there, there's the low. You run into this gap and look what's happened. Had some nice signs of demand in there. Okay, so let's just check out the 1 hour. No, see, these lows aren't really significant because they didn't really achieve anything. This high actually achieved something. It broke down this area of the previous demand. This supply retook control, and obviously this was New York price action. So look at the length of these candles. These are fucking huge. So a lot of intent there. I believe that was around the initial balance of the day as well. So that's obviously something that you could have been looking out for a potential short around there. But yeah, you get that little bounce, you get that bounce, then you get the secondary bounce, and it's just sort of dwindling now into London. So the expectation is that we will come and test these lows again, unless we break this high here. So that's why I'm pointing out this high as being probably the more significant point. This is the more significant point of the day, because if you do come up and you start breaking above here, this is going to be, when you start building areas of demand here, that's going to definitely be an area of interest to potentially look and break up again, because not only is this supply then taking over this demand, but now demand would step back in and retake, control effectively. So you're always looking for that interplay between supply and demand, and if you understand market flow or order flow in markets, you'll understand that it is a constant battle between supply and demand. That's how markets move. Highly recommend checking that out, learning more about that, especially how to spot institutional supply and demand, which I kind of touched on in the last video. We had a big breakdown about this region here and why I thought that was a very nice level to be trading from. So what are we seeing now? You can see that we're losing UTC open, we're coming down into probably CME open, probably going to fill that gap more than likely. So for me, my bias is down for today. This is the strong level of the day. It's not looking good, but you also got to remember that this is your swing. This is your internal high and this is your internal low that you're looking at, your range. Then pretty much everything here is just noise. So if you do start seeing breaks of this structure here, you should only be taking scalps, and you should be looking for quick take profits. You're not looking for any significant moves. You may get lucky, but you can't trade on luck. You've got to trade on clear and obvious signs, and act on your edges, that kind of shit. And yeah, look, that's just this low didn't achieve anything. It may achieve something in the future, and that may make it more significant, but you can see there isn't really a lot going on here. Let's just look a bit closer. Yeah. Unfortunately, when you've got like, it was a bit like the other day, when you've got this kind of price action here, it's better to just wait for the clear and obvious trades. Here yesterday we had a very tight sort of place to be working with, and we had a very clear and obvious trade. At this point, you just got to know when the clear and obvious trades aren't there, and when it's better sometimes to just maybe just take a bit more caution. Yeah, of course, we could have, if I was scalping right now, I could have potentially seen that we've broken a 5 minute candle below, we broke some internal structure here, you come back up and you're retesting that UTC. So I more than likely would have shorted that if I wasn't doing videos, but it's all good. You know, is what it is. Let's see what happens when it gets into CME Open. Probably going to fill that gap, and when we'll see. But yeah, my overall bias for the day is lower. I would like to potentially test these areas here. As long as this high holds for now, I expect lower. If we break above that high, then I would like to see something like this. You know, you're breaking into this level, you start clearly forming some intent on the day. Probably happens during New York when it's got some power, because this was a New York initial balance. Break above that level, come back in, you retest those areas of demand. You know, you've got an internal breaker structure, you come into these levels, you've got a 50% here, you know, you're in that premium, that discount here, you've got that demand, double D's, baby. You've got demand and discount, and then, you know, you're looking for that then, and you take out that high, so you're trading from strong structure and targeting weak structure, and you've also got a flip, and you know, demand has taken out this previous supply, so it's taking control, so you got that flip from demand to supply to demand, etc, etc. That's a nice area to potentially take longs. Okay, so we're in the day trading game, we're not looking for the mega super swing trades. You know, they come around once in a while, but you know, you shouldn't be looking for them every day. And if you are looking for them every day, more than likely you're just getting round tripped on your positions. It happened to me for quite a while, until I actually learned that, you know, you need to pay yourself when the market makes money available to you, and that is a very, very, very crucial part of remaining consistent, especially if you want to pass a funded account. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Like I said, not really a lot to go on right now. Not really seeing nice levels. This is really the only level I would be interested in a potential short up here. Just depends. I'll probably more than likely just wait for New York, see how the initial balance plays out, and then probably make a move off that into the afternoon. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Enjoy. Have a good day.